Thanks for tuning into our seller interview series. Up today, we've got an e-commerce and dropshipping business for sale in the occasions and gifts niche. Created in November 2015, this business makes $2,446 per month in net profit, and the listing number for this business is 40895. Now, we do these interviews to give potential buyers more information about both the seller and the businesses they're looking to purchase. We hope these insights are helpful for you in making a buying decision. We've got the seller with us today to go through the business, cover everything from niche selection to traffic and monetization. Thanks for coming on, Pam.
Hi, thank you so much, Greg.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here. Before we dive into the questions, though, just to give a quick summary of the business for everyone out there on YouTube or the marketplace listening or wherever they happen to be listening to us. As I mentioned, the business was built in November 2015 as a monthly revenue of $9,438 with expenses sitting at $6,992 for that net profit of $2,446. Now that is over a 12-month average. And with the sale of this business will be the transfer of the Shopify store, all the accounts connected with it, as well as the WordPress site and all the domains related to the business. So with that said, Pam, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses? Is this kind of your first one, or is it just one of many?
This is maybe the second or third that I started as far as a store. But I've been in the online arena since about 2008, 2009, doing a variety of things from building websites to doing online marketing, some affiliate marketing, Amazon sales, eBay, and then, of course, I got into running Shopify stores.
Very cool. So you kind of ran the gamut a little bit there as you were building your online career. In this business in particular, how did you come up with the idea? Was it more competitive research, or was it something you were more passionate about?
It's actually a combination. I'm an avid pet lover and thought that there would be other people who would be as enthusiastic about their pets and products relating to animals. And so that's why I decided to go into this niche. And of course, the research backed it up that it was a highly lucrative niche as well.
Excellent. It's always awesome when you can combine those two things, both the passion and find a competitive gap you can fill. It's very cool. Now, for someone looking at this business who might not be overly familiar with e-commerce or dropshipping business, or maybe even online business in general, maybe this is one of the first online businesses they're looking to acquire. How'd you come up, or could you just briefly describe how you're making money with this business?
Sure. We have a website. It's a Shopify store where we promote products that are geared towards this specific niche. And we have a variety of items that we either drop ship, meaning that we order online and the drop shipper ships it directly to the customer. We also have some in-house products that we purchased in bulk because they were very much high sellers, so they sold pretty frequently. So we decided to purchase them in bulk to get a discount. So we do some shipping. And then we also have print on demand for some items such as shirts, sweatshirts, bags, phone cases. So it's a variety of those three, but the majority would be drop shipping and direct shipping for the product that we have in stock.
Very interesting. So you kind of have all three of the elements that are going on there with, the print on demand and drop shipping, but you also are sourcing your own products. And the business has been around now for a little bit. It's making a decent profit in a fun niche. Why are you selling the business? Why not keep it and grow it?
Well, honestly, I would love to be able to keep it and grow it, but not too long after I started the business, I had some health issues where I needed to have surgery, major surgery, and then a second follow-up surgery. And I just don't have the stamina or the time to put into it now. And I know that it has such great potential. We've already been able to accomplish a whole lot, but I can't really put the time into it that the business demands.
It's understandable. So what's your plan after the sale? Do you have any ideas for the money? Or are you investing in another project? Or are you just planning on taking it easier because of the lighter workload you have to do?
Yeah, for a while, I'm just going to allow my body to continue to recover. And down the road, we'll probably look into something that's not as it's not going to require my time, something I can maybe do for an hour or so a day, something more and more part-time. I'm not a business that's kind of thriving and needs more attention.
That's understandable for sure. So you're looking into more passive investments of some
Yeah, more
kind.
passive. Exactly.
Excellent. Well, online businesses can definitely do that too, if you have the right monetization strategy and right systems and all that good stuff. So maybe you'll come back on our marketplace as a buyer afterwards. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I've been looking too.
Excellent, excellent. When you first started this business, what was the trajectory of it? So you get the Shopify store up and running. I'm assuming you started off with drop shipping before sourcing the products. Did you find that you're getting customers pretty quickly, or did it take a while?
No, we just kind of dove in, and within a couple months, we were, in the five figures per month, the high five figures. So it kind of exploded pretty quickly. It didn't take a long time. I would say maybe 3 or 4 months.
Interesting. Now, is there anything you learned from this business in particular that worked really, really well for you? Like one thing that just worked that you're probably going to apply to your future businesses when you do go down that path?
Yeah, absolutely. I think where we were able to have our biggest wins and the most success is in being able to constantly try out new products, test the market, and scaling pretty rapidly with our ads. I think that was where we had the most success in this business. So I would definitely, if I decided to go into another business like that, I would constantly introduce products and see what would work for people, because sometimes something that you like, someone else doesn't like, and something that you would never think would work is totally what people are willing to buy thousands of.
I could totally believe that. I've
Yeah, it was a
seen
surprise. It's
very
surprising
interesting
for
products
us.
being sold.
Yeah. So have I.
No, I'm assuming when you say you're testing out as many products as possible, that these are drop shipped products.
Yeah, initially we started out with drop shipping where we would test 3 to 5 products a day. And then as it became a product that we knew was going to sell well, we connected with a broker down the road who became our supplier and was able to get us a significant discount in comparison to what it was being sold for online. So we would order in bulk.
I really like that strategy a lot. It kind of reminds me of the Amazon affiliate site strategy, where you have an Amazon affiliate site and you see what is being sold on that site, and then you go to source that product yourself and turn that into your like Amazon FBA product. So you're basically taking the winners, the really big winners for your drop shipping items, and that's what you're sourcing, and you start selling that direct. Is that correct?
Yeah, we started doing it directly because it allowed us to do a few things. It allowed us to, one, get the product at a significantly discounted price, and it also allowed us to be able to get the products out very quickly. Whereas if someone else was selling that product, they could not meet that demand because they didn't have product in house. So our shipping time became 2, maybe 5 days, depending upon where they were located, versus people who were shipping directly from the drop shippers, where it may take 2 to 3 weeks.
Now, are you fulfilling that yourself? Are you like shipping the product from your house, or do you have a fulfillment service of some kind
No, we fulfilled it in house.
in house? Does that
In house.
mean?
In our Yeah, we did it.
Oh, okay, cool. When people say
In
in house,
house.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you
we,
mean your
we we
actual
did it in
house, or
house.
do
We
you?
didn't. Yeah, we didn't hire an outside service. Early on, we just wanted to make sure that we were giving the customer the best experience possible, and so we wanted to handle everything in house on our own.
Now, since you do have some successful products that you've sourced yourself, have you ever thought about potentially putting them up on Amazon, as using the Amazon platform both as a fulfillment center for yourself for your main site, but also as another sales channel for your products that you're sourcing?
Absolutely. That would have all taken place. We had looked into, because we were growing so rapidly, we had actually looked into several different ways to be able to have the product shipped to the customers, because we deal with customers out inside the United States and then, outside as well. And Amazon was one of the options because it was such an efficient way. Just because of me needing to take off, it just didn't happen. So kind of had to slow things down in order to be able to focus on my health. But
Right,
that
of
was
course.
definitely something that we planned to do, and I believe it would do extremely well.
Yeah, I mean, you're already testing the market in some ways the harder way, right? I mean, Amazon gets so much organic traffic that obviously you have the increased risk of spending on inventory versus drop shipping or not, but you definitely can prove products pretty quickly on Amazon, but you're proving it the other way, right? With ads and sales funnels and stuff like that, which I find very fascinating.
Right. Yeah.
You mentioned you've shipped to other countries. Is there another country that stands out as a country you're shipping to pretty often?
We ship a lot to the UK, to Canada, to Australia, and we've sent quite a bit of orders to France. So, yeah, we've probably shipped to at least 10 or 15 different countries over the period of time that we've had the business going. A lot of it slowed down because we stopped marketing to those
Right.
areas to be able to handle the demand that was coming in with the health issues.
Super interesting because all those markets are actually pretty good Amazon FBA markets as well. And I know Australia is gearing up to become that. So that's definitely an opportunity, which we'll get into more later. But before we do that, I'd like to ask the kind of opposite question here. Is there anything you did with this business that, you just kind of wish you hadn't, like something that you thought would work but didn't work? Is there anything that stands out?
Well, that would probably be not realizing how much product to buy based on demand. So,
The classic
yeah,
problems.
yeah, the classic problem. Just on one or two occasions, purchased a little bit more product than was needed, and the demand kind of died down. So, learning how to manage the inventory based on the future needs, something that I've learned and early on wish I hadn't maybe got so excited and gung ho that I ordered too much product.
So your issue was you ordered too much product versus the other issue of running out of product, or did you have both issues?
I've had both issues. We've had products that went up and we couldn't keep it in. It was just flying out of here, which is why we ordered it in bulk. And then we've had the reverse where there have been a couple products where we've ordered too much of it and then it just kind of slowed down all of a sudden.
Interesting. I always find that intriguing game. Have you found after doing this for a while, there's some method to the madness of the demand and the supply? Have you figured out some kind of logistic system that works for you?
We actually have because we built a very robust customer list and fan page, social media. And so we kind of test products. And based on the feedback that we get, it kind of lets us know this is something that we need to maybe get a couple dozen in or a couple hundred in. So based on the reaction that we get from sending out emails or social media interaction, kind of gives us a clue as to what direction we need to go into now.
Moving to a bit more of the traffic and ads that you are running, where is your traffic mainly coming from? You mentioned ads already, but are you doing SEO, and are the ads like Facebook ads, Google AdWords? What does that look like?
We're doing Facebook ads. I initially set the site up to start on Google Ads, but again, without, I guess, sounding like a broken record, we did not have the time to really get into that aspect. So the potential for Google AdWords I think would be amazing. I just did not have the time to implement it during the last year or so.
Definitely. Do you find that you get much direct traffic, like say repeat buyers, anything like that?
Yeah, we get a ton of repeat buyers. We also do get some organic traffic. Early on, I spent the time really optimizing titles and putting in tags. And so we tend to get a lot of organic traffic. It's helped us rank really good online. And also, we get a lot of hits from Pinterest because we started posting things early on. So, yeah, we actually do get quite a bit of organic traffic and repeat buyers who purchase 3, 4, even 5 times.
That's great. So your traffic is quite diversified. I'm assuming most of it comes from paid Facebook ads, but
It does.
it's so cool you have the organic and Pinterest come in. Pinterest is a surprisingly very awesome traffic generator that many people, at least me as a man, it's hard to wrap my head around how Pinterest works.
Yeah.
It seems to be an amazing place to gain traffic, but I just don't understand how it works myself. But I've seen people do some amazing stuff with it. When you do your ads, your Facebook ads, are you sending people to a product listing? Like, so you're sending them to product A, or are you sending them to like a email list capture form? Or are you doing a mixture of both?
We usually don't send them to an email capture form. What we will do is send them directly to a product and or to a collection on the website. And we have a pop-up that off percentage off their purchase if they sign up. So that typically gets them to sign up. We've had a ton of success with our building our email list just by offering people this percentage off when they come to the site. And then also we do some retargeting, which also, if they didn't buy the first time, offers them a percentage off. So, and it brings them back to our page, which usually captures them in our list.
Do you ever do retargeting of customers with other products as well?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. We do direct targeting just in general if they come to our site. And then we also have it set up on our site where they can be retargeted based on a specific product that they were looking at.
Very cool. When it comes to the spread of your products, how many products are you currently selling? Do you know?
We have about 350 products plus or minus that we're selling, and it's probably between 25 and maybe 30 that sell consistently.
How many of those are you sourcing?
We are sourcing, I would say, half of them at least.
Wow,
We
that's pretty good.
probably, yeah. So, yeah.
Very cool. So you are building like a legitimate kind of brand around your products with that because you basically control the whole setup for half of them, right?
Yeah, we started early on with the intentions of building a really big brand. And so far in not being that long in the business, we've been really successful at being one of the, bigger brands out here in this particular niche. So yeah, it's been exciting to watch and it's been really fun to do.
I bet. How stable are the earnings? Do you find that there's some seasonality with your products, or is it pretty even throughout the year?
It's pretty stable. The only instability that we had nothing to do with the site. It had to do with the operator. So I simply got sick all of a sudden and had to take off really at the height of our business. So, but as soon as I started putting some time back into it, we started to see the sales creep back up. So we haven't really seen low times because we consistently market products that are going to be for everyday usage.
Let's talk a little bit about the opportunities here. We kind of lightly covered it already, but let's pretend you weren't going to sell this business, you were going to keep it, and you didn't have issues limiting your amount of time you can put into the business. What would be the least risky path you would focus on to grow this business?
Well, I started earlier in 2016 really focusing on email marketing. It's very inexpensive. And again, because people are signing up to get a discount, we were putting a lot of people into our email list. So setting up a email marketing schedule was something that I think would be extremely lucrative. One of the other things that I started but have not had time to put into is a blog. We started putting up articles and we were getting a ton of organic traffic from that, a lot of feedback from that. So I think that those two things for someone who was going to build, those would be great things to work on. And Google Shopping, I think, has awesome potential. Again, it's something that I didn't put into motion because of time, but that's really where I would put my time into. The Facebook's already been proven, so that's just a matter of continuing to scale. So I have no doubt that someone could come in, especially with exceptional decent ad skills, because mine are just basic. They could really do well. I'm not like an ads expert, but I know enough to get some sales in, and someone who knows a little bit more than me could scale to, infinity.
On the flip side here, what would you do if you were incredibly risky, just through caution in the wind, you wanted to grow the business as fast as possible? Would you do anything different at all?
I would probably have more stock in to be able to compete, put more into ads. That's what I would do. I scaled my ads as the business grew and sometimes didn't scale confidently enough where there were opportunities that were missed. So if I was just throwing caution at the wind, I would definitely put more money into ads because we already saw what could come of it with just putting a little bit into spending. And then too, I would probably go a little further and get product in, have it set up to be shipped for me. So, having some inventory, more inventory in where we could have someone ship it so that we could focus more on the marketing aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be definitely a key growth factor there. Outsourcing that portion, focusing more on the marketing. Obviously,
Yeah.
paid ads, you find a winner ad and you can scale it to the moon, or at least to the point of the audience that you're scaling at.
Yeah.
So with the risk, what do you think the biggest risk is with a business like this that a buyer should be aware of?
Biggest risk, it's honestly, the risks are not that great considering it's an online business. I would say, your time and money. But I haven't really seen these huge risks from this because it's scalable to whatever extent you want it to be. Meaning, if someone wants to scale this to, multi-million dollar business, the ability is there. I guess the risk would be for someone who doesn't know how to do ads. That would be the only risk is the cost to be able to run traffic to the site. But I don't really consider that a really bad risk. It's just a learning curve.
As far as the ads do go, I mean, obviously an ad does cut into profit margins a little bit. Do you know what your margins are typically with like your source product and your dropship products?
We're running about our margins about 30%.
Is that across the board or is that just for the source products?
It's close to across the board because we've been able to do so much volume that, we get a lot of ours from a broker. And so prices that may be retail to someone else, we may get it for half of that. So it allows us a bigger profit margin.
Nice.
So,
Excellent.
yeah.
Are these products, the ones that you're sourcing at least, are you sourcing them from overseas, like from a factory in China, or is it
We are.
You are? Okay, cool. Do you ship that in by boat or do you bring it in by air?
Bring it in by air. Usually it's shipped DHL. And for the new buyer of this site, we'll be more than happy to connect them with our broker as well, who can continue to give them those pricings for the products that we have in the store that we ship out on our own if they choose to.
So all the terms you currently have with your broker would be transferable to the new owner.
Absolutely. And we'll personally make the connection as well to
Excellent.
them.
That's great. As far as work required, can you describe the amount of type of work you're doing right now, maybe on like a weekly or a monthly basis to currently maintain the business?
Well, most of our business, of course, comes from Facebook because that's our main ad source right now. So we do a lot of engagement on our page. So I would say that takes, usually we set it up for the week. So that doesn't take a ton of time to be able to find videos and pictures and memes that we put on to our page. I would say maybe a couple hours doing that. Customer service, we've been sticklers from the very beginning on our customer service, responding within 24 hours. So we maybe spend 30 minutes a day on that. And then addressing orders, which maybe is all of 30 minutes to an hour a day. I think the only other thing that I spend time on is ads, and I may spend an hour a day on ads. So I'm not spending a tremendous amount of time right now. So to keep at this pace, I would say 3 to 4 hours a day, maybe. And, what it requires to get it back to being that lean machine that was making a tremendous amount of money, I would say at least 5 to 6 hours a day. But I guess it all depends on that person's skill set. Again, it takes me a little longer to do ads because I'm not, this ad person. So I spend a little bit more time doing the analyzation and making sure that, the ads are performing. But for someone else who's a little bit more efficient at it, they could probably do it a lot quicker.
Moving into some wrap-up questions here, would you be willing to sign a non-compete that says, hey, look, I'm not going to go out and build the same business after you buy it for me?
Oh, absolutely.
I figured that might be a yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
How much support would you be willing to offer that buyer?
Well, we want to see, this is one of those, like it's like one of your kids. So I've grown this business, I've done a lot of the work myself, and it's something that I hate to part with. And so I want to make sure that the next owner continues to thrive. I like to kind of see where this goes, silently. So
Right.
be willing to follow, offer them support, provide them with our broker, giving follow-up calls, for the first month. And if it went beyond that, I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem. But we really want to see this site continue to succeed and grow.
Now, as far as selling the site goes, obviously the best case scenario here is for Empire Flippers and for you is someone comes in, buys up for full list price. But would you at all be open to a split or earn out, say, where they give you 80% up front and then have a 20% earn out over a certain amount of time, perhaps based off training goals or something along those lines?
I think that might be something that can be negotiated. So, yeah, I would be open as long as the numbers are lining up. Yeah.
Right, of course, definitely case by case basis for sure.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's something that I would definitely consider.
So before I ask you my final question here, Pam, just to give a quick summary of the business again for everyone listening in. The business was built in November 2015, has a monthly revenue of $9,430. Expenses are sitting at $6,992 for that total net profit of $2,446. Now that is over a 12-month average, and some of the assets included with this sell is the Shopify store, all the accounts connected with it, as well as the transfer of the WordPress site and the domains. And by the way, Pam, you mentioned you did email marketing earlier. What's the current size of your email list?
We have approximately maybe 10,500 people on our mailing list right now.
That's a great number. So also with the sale of the business, it's 10,500 email address. I'm assuming quite a few of those are also your customers, yeah?
Yeah, quite a few of them are customers, so it's a highly targeted list.
Definitely. So my final question for you is, what is your best pitch in 30 seconds or less on why someone should purchase this business?
Well, the reason why someone should purchase this business is because it's in a highly lucrative niche. Most of the work at this point has been done, just requires someone to come in and keep it up and kind of grow it from there. So it has extreme potential. It's already shown and proven that its ability to generate high five figures a month, and potentially six figures with someone who has the time to really kind of nurture it. It's all there. And we've already laid the groundwork. And so we just need someone to come in. And I know that they would be extremely successful with this site. We've already had a ton of success. And I know someone else coming in who could put the time and energy into it would do extremely well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that there's a lot of opportunity with this business for sure, with half the products being sourced, and I really enjoy the drop shipping method to prove the product and then sourcing it kind of strategy. So there's a lot of stuff definitely happening with this business. With that said, for everyone out there, if you're watching this on YouTube and you want more information, the link will be below this video. It will take you to our marketplace listing. But if you're watching this on the actual listing page and you want more information, you can become a depositor today. It's super easy. All you have to do is click the button, make a deposit, and you begin everything you need to review this business. So Pam, thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you again for having me. I appreciate all of your time.